What's up, YouTube? It is currently Sunday, July 7th, and today I'm doing something a little bit different, kind of a new style of video, so let me know if you like it. I'm going to be doing 3 easy meal prep recipes, 1 breakfast, 1 dinner, and then 1 that you can kind of throw in with lunch or dinner, kind of up to you. But be sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe below if you do enjoy it. Comment below your thoughts if you want me to do more like this. So the first recipe is going to be an overnight oats recipe. The second is going to be like a sushi rice bowl recipe that you can make for dinner. And then the third is just going to be a Crockpot BBQ chicken that you can kind of throw on whatever. So I'm going to show you guys first all the ingredients that you're going to need for all these, and then I will show you guys how to make them. Okay, so for the overnight oats, you're going to need quick oats, some kind of flavoring. I'm going to use this sugar-free vanilla, chia seeds, some almond milk, or whatever milk you prefer. I'm using this toasted coconut almond milk, and then protein powder. I'm using this level 1 blueberry muffin because it tastes amazing and it just thickens up very well. And then also kind of your toppings of choice. Whenever I eat it, I'll top mine with probably some nut butter, but obviously that's gonna be up to you. For the sushi rice bowl, you are going to need sushi rice. I got this at Walmart, and I'm gonna be cooking it in my rice cooker. You can also do it on the stovetop, just follow the directions. Ahi tuna steaks, some ginger, sushi ginger, limes, onions, mangoes, cucumbers, mint, cilantro, shredded lettuce, and then some teriyaki sauce. I am using this G. Hughes sugar-free teriyaki marinade. The cilantro and the lime is gonna go in the rice, and then the onion, the mango, and some of the lime and mint is gonna make a nice little mango salsa. So that's for that. And then for the chicken, you just need some grilled chicken tenders. I like the thin slice one better because I think that they get a little bit less dry. And then I'm using a crock pot. Obviously, I'm using my mini one. And then I'm using these 2 seasonings, this Chop House Burger and Sweet Bourbon. You can kind of use whatever you'd like. And then I'm using this sugar-free original barbecue sauce. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the overnight oats. These are super quick, super easy. You can just make them the night before, grab it and go in the morning. You can do it in a Tupperware and a mason jar if you want it to look cute. I don't have a mason jar that I don't use for like decorations with stuff in it, so I'm just gonna use a mug to make it. So what you're gonna start with, we're going to do a 1/2 cup of oats. I would get the quick oats since this isn't being cooked. If you get the ones that are supposed to be made on the stovetop, you might get some oats that are a little bit not cooked all the way through. So I'm going to do 1 serving of this, which is 40 grams. And I will actually put the macros of this in the description box once I add it up. I haven't done that yet. So 40 grams of oats, which is 1/2 cup, 1 serving. And then I'm going to do the almond milk, the toasted coconut almond milk. I'm going to do a full cup, so that's 240 grams, or you can just actually measure it out. Oh, I'm not focused. Yeah, you can just actually measure it like in a cup measure, but okay. And then after that, I'm just going to do a splash of this sugar-free vanilla. Just literally a little splash for some flavor. And then next, I'm going to add in a tablespoon of these chia seeds. So that's 15 grams. The chia seeds are really gonna help absorb everything and make it not super liquidy and runny. So we'll go 15 grams of that. And 15 grams, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds has 3 protein and 5 grams of fiber. So if you struggle getting in fiber, chia seeds and flax seeds are both great additions to add into like things that you eat. You can put them on top of smoothies, in oats, literally so many options. I hit my fiber pretty easily, but for anybody struggling, that's a great way. And then after that, I'm going to add a scoop of level 1. A serving is 37 grams, so I'm actually gonna add 30 grams because honestly, I don't really struggle that hard to hit my protein. And since I'm also gonna put peanut butter on top, oats have quite a bit of protein. The chia seeds, I'm not gonna do a full scoop, but pretty much. I'm gonna go 30 grams, put that in there. And then I'm just going to stir it up. And the chia seeds are gonna make it like, it's gonna look pretty runny at first. I don't even know if I'll show you. See, it's like pretty runny, but since they're overnight oats, what the chia seeds are gonna do is absorb all that water and make it not so runny. And I will show you guys it in the morning. So yeah, once you stir that around, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Then just cover it. Obviously if it's in a Tupperware, you can just put the top on. I'm just going to cover it with some cling wrap and then put it in the fridge, and I will show you guys the finished product of that in the morning with some nut butter on it. But yeah, put this in the fridge and then we will get started on the next one. All right, so next I'm gonna start on the sushi rice bowl. And the reason I say that this is dinner is because for these ahi tuna steaks, what you're actually gonna want to do is go ahead and thaw out the tuna during the day. And then whenever you get home and you're ready to actually eat dinner, these cook in about 7 to 8 minutes on the stove, even 6 to 8, depending on how raw that you like it. So you'll have the whole base set up, and then all that you have to do is cook these up really quick and put it on the top. So that's why I say dinner, because you will have to use a pan to cook these. You could prep it. I just prefer my meats prepped kind of, or made at the time of, or my fish, not my meats. That's just a preference. So anyways, I'm going to be doing 2 servings of the sushi rice, because 2 servings that it says on the bag will make 4 for me, for how much I use. So in my rice cooker, I'm gonna go ahead and pour 2 servings of this, which is 108 grams of rice. And then it doesn't ever look like a lot when you pour it in, but it expands a lot. So these will actually last you a super long time. And then to that, I'm going to add about a cup of water, not a full cup though, probably like 3/4 of a cup. So pour that in. All right, so next I'm going to add 2 fresh squeezed limes to the rice, and also some cilantro. So I'm just gonna cut this lime up and squeeze it into the rice cooker bowl. This is like homemade cilantro lime rice. It's actually so good. I used to make it all the time and I kind of stopped. And actually, I'm just gonna do 1 lime. Scratch what I said. This is very juicy lime, so I don't think I'm gonna need the other one. So I'll do the juice of that whole lime, and then I'm going to take this cilantro, and I'm just gonna take a few random pieces of it. And then I don't know if this is how you actually cut it, but here's what I do. I scrape it down like that and get like the sticks off, and then I literally just chop it like this. And then I like reform it, keep chopping. All right, so I'm going to take this and also put this in my rice cooker. That's that. Stir that up. So obviously if you're doing this on a stove, it's gonna be different, but for a rice cooker, I'm going to go ahead and find, oh, I just skipped it. So it has an option for rice, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and start that, and it will cook that. If you don't have a rice cooker, highly recommend. It cooks it so well. All right, next I'm going to be doing the mango salsa. This is literally not a recipe from online. I am 100% making this up because these are like the flavors that I prefer together. So I'm just gonna make it how I usually make it. And if you guys have a mango salsa recipe you like, obviously feel free to use that, but I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. So I'm gonna do 2 mangoes. I'll probably only end up using like half of this onion, a little bit of lime juice, and some mint leaves. And if you don't know how to cut a mango, here's a quick tutorial that might be not the most ideal way, but it's always worked for me. So then you're going to go like this. This honestly kind of terrifies me to do. And then once you pop it out, you can just kind of go like that. So I'm gonna finish chopping up this mango and the onion, and then I'll show you guys after that so that you don't have to watch me cut for 10 minutes. Okay, so I ended up just using 1 mango, 1/4 of an onion, and then a couple mint leaves, and then I'm gonna use 1/4 of a lime. So we have all that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put, and you can make more or less, whatever you think you'll use on top of your rice bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of it together in here. And you can like cut the mangoes up more too. To be honest, I'm really bad at cutting things into little pieces. So I'm gonna put it all in there. Then I'm gonna take my lime wedge, squeeze that over it, and then I'm literally just gonna mix it with my hands. And that is a super quick, easy mango salsa. And then you can just keep it in a Tupperware and top your rice bowl with it whenever you make it. There we go. Alright, so now the rice is cooking, and then for the rest of that bowl, so once the rice is cooked, you can go ahead and portion that out into its individual servings, like in a Tupperware. And then you can, if you are doing it for dinner, transfer that onto a plate whenever you make it. But what else is gonna go on it, which I will also show you guys whenever I make this later tonight for myself. Since this is the one that I was saying, you'll have to do some of it at the time of. What you're gonna do at the time of is chop up a little bit of fresh cucumber, which I'll show you guys later, and then going to top it with a little bit of fresh sushi ginger, a little drizzle of teriyaki sauce, a little bit of shredded lettuce, and then a pan-seared ahi tuna steak, which I will also show you guys. I actually pan-sear mine with teriyaki sauce, so you can either put it on both or just one, whatever you want to do, but like I said, I'll show you guys that later. And then I'll probably also garnish a little bit of cilantro on the top. But for now, I'm gonna let that rice cook, and we will move on to the barbecue crockpot chicken. But I will show you guys like the finished bowl whenever I have this for dinner later on. So, alright, for the crockpot barbecue chicken, this is one that you can kind of start and just let sit. I would recommend giving yourself at least 5 hours or 7, depending on how strong your crockpot is, how much chicken you're cooking. So you could always start this in the morning. So I'm gonna start with obviously adding in my chicken to the crock pot, and I'm actually gonna weigh mine just so I can divide it into however many servings I want. Like if this is, I'll let you guys know. This is probably about 16 ounces of chicken. So this is 17 ounces. So I'll probably divide it into about 4 or 5 servings. That way I can kind of guesstimate how much protein I'm getting, and I'll just write it down so that I don't forget. That's just kind of like a macro tracking tip for anybody who does track. And then I'm not gonna weigh the sauce. I just put a half a container of the sugar-free barbecue sauce and call it good. This sugar-free one is from Walmart, and the macros are so good. It's only 2 carbs for 30 grams. And for those who do track macros, what I do when I use my barbecue chicken is I will literally just track a serving of the sauce, because, I mean, I'm sure it's close enough. All right, so I'll do that. And then I will add both of my seasonings, honestly, to your desired amount. I'm gonna do a half cup of water. And then I'm going to just mix it around, make sure there's barbecue sauce on all of the chicken. You could probably actually do a 4th cup of water. I probably could have done a 4th cup. It just helps it from getting dry. But if you have enough barbecue sauce, you could probably do just a 4th cup of water. So once you mix that all around, you're going to start the crock pot. I'm gonna do it on high because it's already 4 o'clock, but if you start it earlier, you could do it on low. That way it'll come out even more tender. I'm gonna do high for probably 4 to 5 hours. Whenever I do it on low, I do like 7 hours. So that's it for the crock pot chicken. And then once it's cooked, I will like shred it with a fork, which obviously, again, I will show you guys, but that's it for now. So I'm gonna let my chicken cook, my rice finish cooking, and then I will show you guys the finished products of everything as I finish them. And I will be sure that I put all of the full recipes and things like that below. So you guys just saw my little rice tuna bowl, homemade poke bowl, whatever you want to call it, or is it poke? I don't even know how to say it, but that was so good. I actually ended up using mahi mahi on mine because I forgot I literally had Ahi Tuna Steak for lunch. Me and my brother went to Nuke's after we went to church, and I got Ahi Tuna Steak, so I didn't want to eat that twice in a day. So I ended up putting mahi mahi on it instead and just cutting that up into little strips like I would the ahi tuna. But for the recipe, I would suggest using ahi tuna just because it makes it taste even better. That's like literally one of my favorite fish ever. And I feel like it goes a little bit more with the poke bowl. But anyway, so you guys just saw that. My crockpot chicken is finishing up right now. So I'm going to show you guys that whenever I like shred it apart. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to note on the bowl that I made. My brother was here, so I wasn't like talking while I did it. Yeah, I remember. I was just going to let you guys know I added avocado, which was pretty obvious. So yeah, I'm going to take this crockpot chicken out now and let you guys know what that looks like. I feel like it's gonna be perfect. It's 8:45 right now, so I think I had it on here for 6 hours or 5. I don't know, something like that, but here we go. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's what they talk about, yeah, we were wild and free, and you know everything about me, so wild and free, and you know everything about me, you know everything about me. So there is the Crockpot BBQ Chicken. Honestly, this is probably the best it has ever turned out, so maybe I would suggest using the amount of water I did because that is like the softest chicken ever. That's like a pro tip I have about meal prep. If you've been like baking your chicken and you are always like grossed out by how dry it is, definitely try Crockpot chicken. You can get one of these mini crock pots for literally like 25 bucks. Would highly recommend. But one tip that I also have, once you do the Crockpot chicken and you put it in the Tupperware, I actually let mine like cool off for a little bit before I put it in the fridge, and then I'll like drain it out, because if you just automatically put it in the fridge, water will like condense up in there because it's super hot, and then it'll kind of turn it soggy. So I like to let it cool off a little bit, drain it, and then put it in the fridge to store it. And just like a couple meal ideas with this, one thing that you can do, I love to put it on toast. I know that's kind of weird, but I think it kind of makes it taste almost like a pork slider. It's super good. Or if you actually have like little mini sliders, that would be bomb. I also like to put it on top of white rice, just as like a barbecue chicken rice bowl. That's super good. On little flatbread pizzas is probably my absolute favorite way to have it. If you do a flatbread in the oven with like some sauce, a little bit of cheese, maybe some veggies, and the barbecue chicken, so good. Other than that, really, you can put it on anything that you think of. But yeah, that's that. And then in the morning, I will show you guys how the overnight oats turned out. But hopefully you're enjoying this video. Honestly, I'll probably get better about like how I film these kinds of videos, because I know like my angles and possibly like how I delivered everything wasn't like perfect, but hopefully you're still enjoying it and like it's not way too all over the place. Like with that rice bowl, I don't know. Hopefully you guys like actually get how to make it. But everything will be in the description box. Anyways, that's that. I will show you guys the oats in the morning, and then that will be it for this 3 easy meal prep video. Also, side note, if you guys try any of these, please let me know your thoughts. Tag me on Instagram, comment below here, however you want to let me know. But if you do, I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, anyways, goodbye until the morning. Good morning, you guys. Okay, so my original plan was I was supposed to have a haircut at 9, so I was going to eat my oats and then go to that. But she had to move it. I just now literally found out, like, I was about to eat it, and she just moved it to a little bit later in the day because she got stuck at the DMV. Shocker. But so I'm actually going to be going to the gym now, which means I'm gonna have my like rice cake little pre-workout snack, because oats are more of like a slow digesting thing and I don't really want to have that before the gym. But I'm still going to show you guys how it turned out and talk a little bit more about it. Okay, so this, can y'all see this? Let's go like this. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is how it's turned out. It's so thick. Oh my gosh, it's like literally perfect. It's like a thick oat pudding, and it smells so good. So, focus. So anyways, yeah, the texture turned out really good. It was actually like literally a tiny bit too liquidy that I like. So what you could do is maybe add like 3/4 cup of the almond milk in it, or put an extra tablespoon of chia seeds, whichever one you prefer. But literally it turned out so good. And what I'm gonna top it with whenever I eat it, I'll probably end up eating it tomorrow morning, is I'm gonna do some RX bar nut butter, because they came out with nut butters now and they are so bomb. And then they're like super creamy, so I'll probably do that. And then maybe a little bit of like coconut and some strawberries, and I feel like that's probably what I'll do with it because it just sounds really good. But anyways, this would be really good for like an on-the-go breakfast to either like eat in your car, eat when you get to work. Oats are a very slow digesting carbohydrate, complex carbohydrate, so they're going to be slow digesting, keep you full for a long time, rather than like anything like a banana or rice cakes and things that probably won't keep you full for very long. This will be really good for that. And then also the chia seeds have a lot of fiber, which is going to be good for like digestion, also keeping you full, things like that. Obviously you're getting your protein from the protein powder and also the chia seeds and a little bit from the oats, but that's a high quality protein, especially if you do end up using a level 1. It's a slow digesting protein as well, which will also keep you full longer. Obviously you're getting your carbs from your oats, and then also if you do top it with like nuts or nut butter, then you're getting in your healthy fats there too. So it's kind of just like a great on the go, all-in-one meal. But that's that. So I guess I'm gonna go to the gym now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and these 3 recipes. Let me know what you think of this video. Obviously I'll probably get better at these kinds like as I go, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed it and got something out of it. I hope that you use these recipes. Tag me if you do, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.